And we are live. Greetings, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Today we have the second episode of Quran in layman terms. Our first episode, we managed to read the first verse of the last chapter in Quran. And today, hopefully, we will read the second surah of the last chapter in Quran called Nazi'at. And we compare different interpretations. Whoever interpreted the verses from Arabic to English, and we'll compare notes, and then we will translate the actual interpretation from one of the most famous scholars. But before we do that, of course, I have to welcome my good dear friend, Ruby. Lady Ruby, how do you do?
Hello, how you doing, Sam?
I am doing great.
And thanks for everybody.
In the gloomy and windy England, things are doing well.
Well, actually, it's windy and rainy here too today. So.
Okay. So in Egyptian, ما حدش أحسن من حد.
Exactly.
When it comes to doom and gloom, tis the season. Tis the season for doom and gloom. Anyway, let's jump right ahead.
For us, we love this. We love the rain. We love monsoon because we don't have much. So it's not doom and gloom. It's nice because usually it's sunny Arizona.
Nice, good. So yeah, when it's raining, it's kind of a welcome change.
Exactly.
Cool. So our surah today, the one we're going to talk about, it's Nazi'at. In my book, it's translated the Snatchers. I don't know, in your interpretation, what do they translate it into?
Let me see. Let me see. It doesn't have the name. It just says Nazi'at. But Nazi'at, he translated it here. Those who drag forth.
Those who were dragged
forth.
Dragged. Okay, so basically every one of those short surahs, they will have a reason why they were descended on us. This one is one of the few ones that doesn't have a reason. Usually, most of them, when you read a verse or a surah and doesn't make sense, Muslims will complain, oh no, you have to go and read the reason why it descended and the different interpretations and the context of the whole thing. So that's only the time when you understand it. This one, I found no reason. I've done a lot of research, read a lot of sources. No, nothing. We have nothing for it.
What do you mean? You didn't find the reason for this surah?
No. Literally, it says there is no reason for it. The whole surah.
I read somewhere that the reason for it is because Quraysh have asked Muhammad about the time of when is the resurrection day or the judgment day. So this came,
No, that's the surah previous to this one, the big event, and never. That was the one when Quraysh asked the reason why.
No, I'm pretty sure it was in Nazi'at. Let me see. Okay. أسباب نزول النازعات. Oh, I wrote it in English. اوكي. نزلت بسبب أن قريشا كانت تلح في البحث عن وقت الساعة التي كان رسول الله they wanted to know. This is what's confusing, into this surah.
Well, Islam web begs to differ.
They ask him about the time of the resurrection day. So he goes back and forth and swears, and finally he doesn't say when is the.
Okay, so it must be your source, because Islam web says there's nothing. from all the books of interpretations, we don't have a specific reason why this whole surah was descended.
Okay, so
Anyway, let's move on from that.
Okay.
So the Snatchers, as it's called in my interpretation here, it brings to mind immediately the movie, The Invasion of Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that to my ears, The Invasion of Body Snatchers. So let's start by what does your version say about the first verse?
وَالنَّازِعَاتِ غَرْقًا, by those who drag forth to destruction.
Okay. Hold on. What did I do?
Mhm.
Where's my... There it is. By those snatching violently.
Okay. It's by those snatching violently.
Snatching violently.
Let's see now what Tabari says.
Tabari says, my dear friend, well, it says وَالنَّازِعَاتُ غَرَقًا. So basically, in Arabic, nazi'at from the verb naza'a, so to take away.
Extract.
And extract. So, but the Arab translation, or the normal translation, layman terms, when any Arabic-speaking person hears this word, it's unclothing, taken off clothes. That's what it is.
Yes.
Naza. So if I say I will anza my thawb, my top, I'll take it off. That's what it means. So exactly. the first word.
But it also could mean, as we will see later, that the angels, the Grim Reaper, who would snatch or who would take the soul violently from the
that's the first interpretation from Al-Tabari.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing: most of these surahs, when they start, to my mind, again, I have a very simplistic mind, and it's very graphic. The first thing that comes to my mind is Kramer from Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seinfeld, the sitcom.
Oh,
Kramer, the tall guy, crazy hair.
Yeah.
He just opens the door and barges in each now and then, switches the whole narrative of the episode, and he comes in with some crazy news. These surahs start like that. So, I swear. But why? What's the preface? How did we get here? Take it easy. So they start by I swear, and in this case, I swear by al-nazi'at.
Okay, imagine.
Why do you swear?
Imagine, Wissam, I come to you and I tell you, tell me when is the day of judgment? Is it today? Is it tomorrow? And this will be your answer to me, which has no relevance. It has no connection. I want to know the time. You get the point? So he starts by swearing. You start by swearing. Okay, go ahead.
So, but here's the thing. If someone comes to me, I'm sitting here, door open violently, someone walks in and say, I swear so-and-so will happen. First thing comes to my mind, you're lying.
Yeah.
Why do you need to swear? You don't need to swear. Just tell me what you want. You're allegedly the creator of heaven and earth and this whole universe. Why do you need to swear? Just tell me what's going to happen. So I swear. By what? By nazi'at. Okay. Nazi'atu gharaqa. What does that mean? So the nazi'atu gharaqa, Tabari, again, there it is. That's a Tabari. If any non-Arabic speaking Muslim don't like what I'm saying, there it is. That's the original source. So what does a nazi'at? Oh, so those angels that will snatch the souls violently. But it also means, hold on, there's another meaning for it. Death. So from the original interpreter, I didn't use Sa'di because these are small, short interpretations. This one is detailed and it will cover all bases.
I think there's also a third.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stars. So Nazi'atu gharqa, it either means angels who will snatch the souls of the living violently, or it means actual death. Nazi'atu gharqa means death. Or it means stars that's being snatched from one horizon to another. So take your pick. Let's see, is there another one? No, that's it. That covers all bases. So let's begin. I swear by the angels that will snatch the souls violently, or I swear by death, or I swear by the stars that will be snatched from one horizon to another. Clear as mud. Okay, Kramer, what do you want next? So that was first verse. Second verse, وَالنَّاشِطَاتُ نَشْطًا. What does that mean? Again, let's see, what does my interpretation...
for you what this guy says.
Yes.
By the meteors rushing. How about that?
Meteors.
How
Mine
about
says...
that for being a con artist? A true con artist. Okay.
Mine says, and those removing gently. So in terms of context, I swear by those snatching violently and those removing gently. So two types of removing the souls, either violently or gently. But your interpretation says
has nothing to do with nashitat.
No relevance between the two verses.
Exactly. Nashitat means the activist or the activist who had an activity.
Exactly. Yes.
That's it. That's the original verse. The activist who had activity.
Exactly. That's what it means. Nashitat, that's literally what it means. Female activists.
Female activist who had an activity, nashta. Or maybe the most activist, or the most, the strongest, something.
Yeah, can be.
Strongest activist. That's it. I can't give it more. But
meteors. Well, hold on. Let's read what Tabari says. So Tabari says.
Exactly. So, there you go.
To prove that this is total BS. Whenever I read an interpretation that starts with, and the interpreters had differed in the interpretation of this verse, this is total BS. What's the point of this book, the final message from the creator of the universe, that it's so open to interpretation that the people in those days couldn't come up with one actual interpretation?
Can you imagine now Tabari, when he sat and took all these interpretation and he wanted to write the tafsir? Can you imagine how he must have felt?
So he spent all his life doing this.
Yeah.
And then 1400 years later, people decided, nah, we're going to ditch all that and we'll find something new.
Somebody said this, somebody said that.
Exactly. So what does it say? So it depends. So he said it depends. Nashitat, basically take it away. So he's given an example. Yanshut, basically what does that say?
Aqal means
what do you put on a horse's mouth? That's what it is.
Yeah, but aqal usually it's in general it means cufflings or
okay,
something to hold on, you know.
Okay. So again, it might be death. Some others said. You see, that's the problem. You cannot say the interpretation. Even both versions of English, the two versions of English interpretation, it's not really an interpretation. These are translations. And as far as I recall, Quran cannot be translated. People are forbidden from translating Quran. Quran need to be read in Arabic only. You cannot translate it. It is haram. Pure and simple.
The word you were looking for is horse rein.
Rein, yes, that's what it is. So yeah. So when you pull the camel by its rein, it's nashal, just like that. So back to this is critical in Sharia. Quran cannot be translated. It's haram. It has to be interpreted, and the interpretation is translated into different languages. And as a rule, in any interpretation, you have to exactly list where did you hear this from. So every time he says it means death, an example in this time, he said, we were told by Abu Quraib, he said, told us Waqi', and Waqi' heard from Sufyan. Sufyan heard from Ibn Abi Najih. Ibn Abi Najih heard from Mujahid. And Mujahid said, Nashitat wa nashtat means death. This is in Sharia how you interpret Quran. So what I just said, I translated the interpretation. What these guys are doing is haram.
That means it could be understood in different ways, in many different ways.
Exactly, because it's first it's open to interpretation, but
so you can like choose, you can cherry pick, whatever you like, and give them the meanings that you like, and then it will be okay.
Exactly, but in this different one,
what bothers me when you have so many interpretation. Like you use similes, or you use this is allegorical. You can take Quran allegorical. How come you cannot take the fact that it's from God as allegorical, like it's literally written by God? Why can't you take that allegorically? Why do you say no? Only Quran is written by God. If you need anything and you dispute about it, you go back to Quran because it's the word of God. Why isn't the word of God is allegorical? This what bothers me.
Yeah. So and again in this example, Qutadeh told Muhammad, told Ibn Thawr, told Ibn Abd al-A'la that Nashitat means stars. Yeah. So we started with death, angels, stars, and then this is new. Again, that's stars again. What else?
Let me see. Al-Awhaq.
What does Awhaq mean?
I'm trying to get that. Oh, okay. Never heard that word before. Oh, no, it says Awhaq. I don't know what it is. It doesn't know. It gave me difficulties, which is irhaq, not Awhaq.
Okay, so it's one of those dead words that used to be used at the time and not anymore. It means stars, Awhaq, wild cows. Oh no,
maybe that's why he said meteor. This guy, my translator.
Yeah, because he was referring to the stars one.
He took it as this meaning. See how many meanings it could have? I mean, this is ridiculous.
It's so funny. So basically what it means, Kramer walks into the room, he shouts, I swear. Okay, swear by what? By the angels that takes the souls violently and the ones that takes the souls gently. Yeah.
Okay. You swear what?
Okay, yeah, exactly. You swear what? So what's the third verse in your version?
Okay, let's say that you swear by this, by the stars, or by death, or by meteors, or by, what was the other one? The angels. What? Again, فَالسَّابِقَاتِ سَبْقًا. Another swear.
Yeah, he
No,
swears a lot.
السابحات سبحة. Sorry, والسابقات سبقة.
Yeah, so with Sabihat Sabha, how did he translate that?
السابحات سبحة. He translated it as by the lone stars floating. Ya salam. Very romantic.
Lone stars floating,
Lone.
mine and those gliding smoothly.
And
Okay.
imagine if, it's not the stars. Mine says it's the stars to bring it more to reality, because if he says it means the angels, then this would really look funny. It looks like a Disney, where you have fairies swimming and uh, gliding.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So
And how
shall we
can
see what
death
Tabari
swim
says?
and glide? How can death swim and glide?
Yeah, let's see what Tabari says.
Okay.
So until now, Kramer is just still swearing. We don't know. Okay, he's swearing by all these things. You swear what? Okay, so by the way, sabihat in Arabic, from
Means
the verb
swimmers.
sabah,
Swim.
swim.
Yeah.
So again, sabihat, that's feminine plural. So female, women swimming, swimmingly. That's what it is. I swear by those swimmingly. سابحات سبحا. Okay. Translation?
سبحة يعني great swimmers.
Yeah. So what's the translation? And he said he translated water as water. And he said, yeah, so those that are swimmingly. Really? And my favorite term. And the interpreters had differed in the interpretation.
And this one.
Again. Okay. So some said it's death. Some said no, it's not.
In the soul of Adam.
No,
human.
It's not swimming now. It's not tasbah. It's tusabbih. So it's praying. تسبح في نفس ابن آدم.
Really?
Yeah. So it's praying.
See how much, just an axon or whatchamacallit, can change a word from something to another thing.
It's something new now. What does that mean? So okay, so who said that? So Waki Abu Qraib said all this that Sabihat is death. That's how I found it in my book. Okay. Someone else said, oh no, these are the stars swimming in their orbits.
Yes.
Okay, so he's either swearing by death or swearing by the stars swimming in their orbits, or ships. Ships would make more sense.
Yeah, but would God swear by ships?
Yeah,
swear by something bigger. Will God swear by the stars? Will he swear by the something that is less? Doesn't make any sense. I swear by my TV.
I swear by
my coffee.
pen.
I swear by my coffee. You have to believe me. I swear by my coffee. I swear by my wine.
Yeah, I would do that. Okay, let's move on. So far, he's just swearing by souls that will snatch souls violently or easily, or stars swimming in the sky. What else? Verse 4.
فالسابقات سبقا.
Okay, what does that say in your interpretation?
والسابقات سبقا. By the angels hastening. Now he chose the angels. Let's see Let's see what sabiqat means. Let's see how many interpretation. And he looks at Al-Tabari and chooses whatever makes sense to him.
In my interpretation, he just ignored all that and said, and those racing swiftly. The end.
Yeah.
So,
sabiqat sabqa. By the way, gharqa, nashta, where was it? Sabqa, sabha, is a very bad rhyming. Very bad rhyming.
The rhyme is horrible in this one. Okay, rhyming let's see.
But he put those, the Quran is written this way, and they say Quran is the most beautiful when written or whatever, or when recited. But I would say that just to put it as a rhyming, that's the worst kind of poetry writing. You know, I used to write poetry, and the worst way to write a poetry, it's just to make the ends rhyme.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the worst. As a literary value, it's next to nothing. It's zilch. There is no literary value. It's just stupid. Now let's read interpretations. Okay. And again, my favorite sentence at the beginning of an interpretation. The interpretation. اختلف أهل التأويل. The interpreters differ in their interpretation.
A lot of discrepancy.
Yeah. So some said these are the angels.
Okay. This is how my guy took it.
Yeah, but Abu Ghraib said no, it's death.
It's death. There you go.
Okay, but others said it's.
See what I mean?
It's racing horses.
Okay, racing horses. Yes.
Step back a little bit. Sabiqat from sabaq, from the verb sabaq. Sabaq means winning in a race. So if I'm racing someone and I go in front of them, I have sabaqte. I am sabaq. So a sabiqatu sabqa, which means those that are winning in the race, winningly. That sounds
exactly. Winning winningly.
Yeah, that sounds something that Trump would say. They're winning winningly.
Bigly. This is literal.
Bigly.
Yeah, it's a literal translation. Yes.
Exactly. So so he's wearing
the racing
horses. Winning.
Racingly.
Exactly. So winning race horses. Waqi' said it's horses, just horses. Others said, oh no, these are stars that race each other in their orbits. So back to stars.
So if you take your translation as meaning one thing, as they say, then keep that. This guy chooses, what's his name? Let me see. He chooses
the one that would make more sense.
Muhammad Marmaduke William Pickthall. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, mine. I don't know who translated it.
So these guys just choosing whatever suits them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But so far, Kramer is just shouting and screaming. Seinfeld is sitting on his couch trying to relax, and then Kramer barges in. I swear, buy what? I buy all these things. What are they? I have no idea. It's either an angel, death, a horse, stars racing each other, meteors. Okay, so what's the information? So far, you've just been shouting and screaming and swearing by shit.
Judgment Day. When are you gonna answer my question?
We need to know.
When is the Judgment Day? When is the Resurrection Day? Don't swear. Just give me an answer.
So one of our viewers, he said, no, hold on. Ali said, Sabiqatu Sabqa means the angels that actually race the devils and get the message to the prophets.
Oh, interesting. Where did
Makes absolute sense.
Who interpreted? This is Al-Tabari we're looking. I mean, he didn't say that.
I haven't read any of this by Al-Tabari. No.
Yeah. So who said that?
I don't know. RGA Draw. Where did you get that from?
It's probably somebody who came later when he interpreted Al-Tabari.
But he said Ali said, so he must be a Shiite.
Who's Ali?
Ali ibn
Abi Talib.
So it must be.
This is the Shiite version. Okay.
Yeah, the Shiite version.
Where? Ali said where? Can you tell us?
Yeah, that it would
be sure of our sources, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, RGA Draw. If you can give us your source, please, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Please, yeah.
So let's continue with our swearing. So we got to 4 now. 5. What does it say in your interpretation? 5.
فَالْمُدَبِّرَاتِ أَمْرًا, which means, and those who govern the event. Yeah.
Yeah, close enough to mine. And those regulating events. Okay, so that was 4. Let's see.
So who are they? Who regulate the events?
Probably. RGA Draw came back and he said he's reading from Al-Qurtubi. Yeah, Al-Qurtubi is good enough as well.
Who?
Al-Qurtubi.
Al-Qurtubi, is it a Shiite?
No, he's a Sunni interpreter.
Oh, I have to check this.
No, I usually read either Tabari or
Qurtubi. I'm always skeptic, so I have to check everything. But thank you.
We can check it now if we want.
Good to know, yeah.
We can check it now if we want.
Exactly, and also I would like our, our audience also to check everything behind us. I mean, don't rely on us. We're just trying our best to understand what's in here. So just check behind us as well.
No, he is right. Yeah, that's what it says. It's souls racing to go out in death, and also I just missed it. The angels. I've just read it here somewhere.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is. Angels racing to get the souls to the heaven. Or angels. Yeah, angels.
No devils.
No devils there. Anyway, let's standardize our readings and stick to Al-Tabari for now. Moving on to verse 5, and the regulators regulating. فَالْمُدَبِّرَاتُ أَمْرًا.
Yep.
And he means angels that actually regulates what they were ordered from God. That's it. So basically, it's angels. That's okay. Sweet and simple. Good. Angels. Thank you very much.
Angels do that. Angels do tadbir. Tadbir means managing.
Well, tadbir is managing, but it also means contemplating. From Quran, it's used.
Yes.
Contemplate.
Yes. True.
But in this case, manage what?
When it says, it depends where it comes. So, وَالْمُدَبِّرَاتِ أَمْرًا means managing an event.
Yeah. So far, the swearing finished. So I swear by all these things. And then he stopped. And now he's explaining when. So verse 6. What does it say in your book? يَوْمَ تَرْجِفُ رَاجِفَةٌ.
يَوْمَ تَرْجِفُ الرَّاجِفَةُ. On the day when the first trump resoundeth.
Okay. This is going to be fun. Mine says on the day when the quake quakes. Yo, ترجف الراجفة. So when the shaking shook.
Yeah, shaking.
Yeah, when the shaking ends.
The shaker. When the shaker shakes, that's literally what it means.
But it does. It's an oxymoron. Well, it's not an oxymoron. It's like when the yellow becomes yellow, but it's yellow.
Exactly. He put those. Whoever put that verse, he just put it to rhyme. Like if he said والناشطات والسابحات فالسابقات فالمدبرات يوم ترجف الراجفة تتبعها الرادفة.
Exactly, it would make more sense. Even as in literature and the grammar, it would be much better.
Yes, but he just needs to put those words just to rhyme.
Absolutely.
Unnecessary. It's called. It's actually. It's a fallacy. It's a logical fallacy.
Mm-hmm. Actually, to interpret this one, we need to interpret the second one, the following one. So ترجف الراجفة, and that is followed by what?
ترجف الراجفة تتبعها رافدة.
الرادفة.
تردف يعني تردف when we say تردف means I take somebody with me in a car, for instance, or on my bike. He will be
exactly. So something that follows radif,
that follows.
Something that follows.
And the second followeth it.
So, but it says it is followed by the followed. What the? It's bigly.
Exactly.
It's a trunk language.
In Arabic, it's really.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Let's read the translation. This is going to be fun. So first things first, the Rajifa, the first one, is actually, as our RGA draw said that, it's the first blow. So at the end of times,
there.
What's his face? Aziraphale, the angel, will blow his horn.
Oh, Israfil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Israfil, in the biblical.
He will blow.
Exactly. So he has this huge horn, and he will blow the first horn. And that's what Tarjif al-Rajifa. He will shake everything. Tarjif al-Rajifa is the first blow, followed by the followed one, which is the second blow. That's what it is. So the first one will kill all the living things, and the second one will bring them back to life. And apparently, it's a very long script, but apparently between them, it's really nice. It is said that between the two blows is 40. 40 what? 40 days, 40 years, 40 decades, 40 centuries, we don't know. But the first one,
40 seconds.
40 seconds, it will kill everybody, the first blow. And after the first blow, Earth would actually have rain that is called life. And from that life, the Earth will become good, and the bodies of people will grow as if they were plants. And then the second blow from the big horn will come again, and they will become alive again. But the first one will kill everything on Earth and in the skies. So does that mean aliens? So it's going to kill humans and aliens. That's what it says. And he goes into deep description of the actual horn. But then, and then the interpreters differed in the interpretation. Some said it's 3 blows, and some said no, it's only 2, the first and the second. But most of them says it's only 2, the first and the second, and that's basically it. The second verse, as you can see,
by the Jewish.
Exactly, that's copy and paste
from the Bible. From the Bible or the Old Testament. Yeah.
The Old Testament, that's what it is. So far, I swear by all these things, and I swear by all these things, and on that day, on that
Yeah,
event.
but it doesn't tell me when still.
No, not yet. We'll keep
Just
reading. Hopefully we'll get there eventually.
okay. Let's
Yeah.
see. I want to get an answer to my question.
What does verse 8 say in your interpretation?
قلوب يومئذ واجفة. On that day, hearts beat painfully.
Yeah, mine just says pounding. Mine is pure, just wrong. Wajifa is actually yes. It's painful.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, that's what it says here.
I think we can go without going. This is obvious.
It's a straightforward.
Okay, here I have a problem with the next verse. قلوب يومئذ واجفة أبصارها خاشعة. أبصار مين؟ القلوب? Who?
Okay, so by interpretation, their sights downcast.
There is a big. I have a problem here. Yeah.
Mine says downcast. What does yours say?
While eyes are downcast. Same.
But here's the thing. The interpretation, it says the sights of their owners. So me, as a human being, I just got the first blow, I died. Second blow, I came back to life.
He would have said then أبصارهم خاشعة.
Exactly. أبصارها is feminine.
Feminine.
It's referring to something feminine. And the feminine here are hearts. Hearts in Arabic is feminine.
Exactly.
It's not saying أبصارهم.
أبصارها. This goes, I mean, it goes one after the other. If you say أبصار أصحابها, then أبصارهم وليس أبصارها.
Absolutely. So basically what it says is the sight of the hearts. Our hearts are aching, pounding, aching. Yes. And the sight of our hearts are downcast.
Yes.
So it's not only that we have feelings and think by our hearts. No, our hearts also has sight. What else do they say? So he's trying to say the sights of their owners are humiliated, depressed, sadness, fear. Basically, they know what's happening. It's the end of days. That's why they are humiliated.
By the way, for non-Arabic speaking English audience, the hearts can have an eye in the Arabic interpretation. It's istibsar, which means even if it was for the heart, it would be like it's like a simile. It's like they feel. So they say hearts have eyes, or they can see.
That is absolutely right, because in other verses it says بِقُلُوبِهِمْ يُبْصِرُونَ. So yeah, they can see with their hearts.
Exactly. Yeah.
But during that time, people thought that the heart actually think and feel, and all your insights come from the heart, not from the brain. They didn't know better. Yeah. And this Quran is a proof of that. They didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Verse 10. What do you have?
يقول okay, let me get it. يقولون أئنا لمردودون في الحافرة. He put between brackets, now they are saying, shall we really be restored to our first state?
Yeah, not too dissimilar to my interpretation. And At-Tabari says more or less the same thing. Mardudun fil hafira means basically, so now we're back to what you said, the original reason why the surah was descended is people from Quraysh were saying, whoa, hold on, so if all this will happen, and then after that, we will come back to our original state.
Yes.
So you've killed us, you brought us to life, and we're back as we were.
I also have a problem with this verse. If you أبصارها خاشعة here, let's يقولون أئنا لمردودون في الحافرة. Who is saying?
That?
Yes, and when? because you're talking about the resurrection day when their eyes are going to be cast, and and they say this is how I see it. But in the interpretation, because the interpreter or the translator also found a problem with this verse, so he put between the brackets now.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the idea? So it's, I'm sure he went back to Al-Tabari, who tried to find some escape from this.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, okay, let's recap. Let's quickly recap what has happened so far. Kramer walked in, and he walked in, I swear, by stars, monkeys, racing horses, meteors, death, angels, all these things. I swear that when the first blow comes and the second blow comes again, and people will see with their hearts, and what they see is not a good thing. And then the hearts again, that's what the Quran says. The hearts will say, are we going to get back to our original states? All interpretations are referring to people from Quraysh, the infidels at the time, who said that, not the hearts. But the context says it's the hearts. The hearts are depressed, they're downcast, and they're wondering if have we went back to our original state and we are alive again? Because as we said, the first blow by the big horn will kill anything and everything, and the second will bring them back to life. And when they come back to life, they will realize, oh shit, it's really happening. But it's the heart that says that, not the people. And so far, we don't know what's happening. He just swear by all these things, and on that time, what's going to happen? We still don't know. Let's continue reading.
Okay.
What does 11 say?
11. إذا كنا عظاما نخرة, which means even after we are crumbled bones. So
here's the fun bit. You have crumbled bones. I have hollow bones. Tabari says, now the difference is not in the interpretation. This is new. The difference is in the reading. The reading itself differs from some to others. We're talking about the Quran now, which should be constant, non-changing. All true Muslims know it in their hearts. It will never change. But Tabari says it will differ because in Kufa it is read nakhiratan. See, nakhiratan, they say nakhiratan, using the letter A, which means it's hollow. But some of those who know in the language said nakhira and nakhra is the same, so it's fine if you can use either way. But it is said nakhratan, which means worn out. So it's not the different interpretation of the word in Quran. No, the word is different depending on who's reading it. Quran has many versions, many readings. And in this case, the word will differ. And when the word differs, definitely the meaning will differ as well. So it's either hollow or, as we see here, it's worn out. Two different things.
Yeah.
Happy days. Okay. So what happens next? What does 12 say in your book?
قالوا تلك إذا كرة خاسرة. They say, then that would be a vain proceeding.
Mine says this is a losing proposition. So basically it says
basically
we're screwed.
Yeah,
I don't even need to go
I don't think this is straightforward. This is the thing. See, when you read in Quran, there are verses that are straightforward and verses that you have to find many interpretation.
Yeah, this one follows the context. So basically now we know people got killed, brought back to life, their hearts spoke out, they're depressed, they know what's happening. It's really bad, and they say we're screwed. Okay, thank you very much. What happens next? In 13, what does your book say?
Okay. فإنما هي زجرة واحدة. Surely it will need but one shout. Who's gonna shout?
Mine went a totally different way. Mine says, but it will only be a single nudge.
Really?
Just a single nudge.
زجرة.
Yeah, Zajr is telling off. So it can be a shout, but not a nudge.
Yeah.
Imagine some Aborigine person from New Zealand.
Yeah.
In New Zealand, and he reads that. What's a single nudge means? What?
Let's see what Tabari says.
Tabari said, yeah, Zajra, it's just one shout, one scream, one blow. So now he's back to the first and second blows from Israfil's horn. What's wrong with you, man? You just told us about the blows, the first and the second. So the souls, the hearts of those who came back to life, depressed, and they said, we're screwed. But now again, oh, it's only one blow.
No, it's I imagine when Quraysh asking him this question, he says, I swear to this, it's only one blow. And so. They ask him when. And he goes on again and again. فَإِذَا هُمْ بِالسَّاهِرَةِ means and lo, they will be awakened.
Yeah, same here.
Sahira means
stayed up late.
Stayed up, yeah. Stayed
what
up.
Does Tabari says?
It doesn't mean they resurrect.
Okay. Sahira, Tabari says it's basically the back of the earth, or the surface of the earth. Yeah, the face of earth. It's called Sahira in Old Arabic.
Then it doesn't make sense completely. I'm lost. Okay. Let me see what does.
It says, so basically he is reinterpreting all those that actually says, no, that's not going to happen. We are not going to be brought back to life. So they said nobody will bring us back to life after we die. So they got the first blow, they died. And then they woke up after the second blow. So when they woke up, they're wondering, no, hold on.
Themselves on earth, like when they woke up, but it says, okay, here, let's go again and read it again. فإنما هي زجرة واحدة فإذا هم بالساهرة. It's only one. Oh, he's talking about, okay.
He's still talking about the second blow. So it's only one blow and they're up again.
They have grown, the bones have crumbled or whatever. And then it's only one shout and you will find yourself on earth.
Yeah.
Where did they go?
So he started swearing by all this crazy stuff. And he started talking about what's going to happen. What's happening. He swore all these things, and these things will happen. He's not swearing that these things will happen. He just swore. And by the way, these things will happen. And he went into details about the first and second blow. And then people are wondering about the second blow. Okay, so far so good. I'm still waiting. What he's swearing about? And then 15 comes.
Okay. 15. هل أتاك حديث موسى؟
This is Kramer.
To the history of Moses. Now, where does this fit here?
What?
I still didn't know when is the resurrection day.
I swear by all these things and blow and then die and wake up.
Haven't you heard the story of Moses?
And then, yeah, did you hear about Moses, mate? What? I'm speechless. How? Yeah, okay. Have you heard of the story of Moses? No, I didn't. What do you want?
So,
What does that have? No, step
what
back. Go
does
back.
that
I
have
don't
to
care.
do about our conversation now?
So the infidels of Quraysh at the time when they asked the question at that point didn't say, "Whoa, hold on, stop. What you doing?"
I'm sure they did. And
Yeah.
he called them names. He called them names because they did. It's really, I mean, I don't want to offend anyone, but this is stupid, you know, honestly.
It's just dumb. That's what it is. It's
It's
just dumb.
Kramer. It's
Let's.
Kramer.
It's Kramer. That's what it is. It is Kramer. Kramer. He goes on a tangent, and
Haven't
then
you
he
heard?
haven't. Yeah. He walks in. Have you heard of? Whoa! You just been swearing. What does Moses have to do with it? Hold on. Just calm down. Take a pill. Chill. Let's continue what we're talking about. Oh no, he won't. No, he will actually go on and start talking about Moses. What does that have to do with any of what's happening so far? 14 verses just talking about. He's swearing, and then the two blows, and then Moses. Yeah, at this point, we might as well just give up. This doesn't
Yeah,
make any.
I know. And he goes on saying, إذ ناداه ربه بالواد المقدس طوى. How his Lord called him in the holy vale of Tawa.
Yeah, let's have some fun with Tabari
Okay.
interpreting that.
Okay.
Okay, so when his God called him in the holy valley. Oh, so some said Tawa is actually the name of the valley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those others also said that's the name of the valley. But others said, oh no, it doesn't mean, it's not the valley, Tawa. Tawa for some reason means twice. So that valley was holy or sacred twice.
Oh,
Uh,
Tawa
oh,
means, yeah, two,
uh,
that folded.
it's folded. It's not
Yeah.
twice. It means
It's not
folded.
twice. It's something that has been folded.
Yeah. But that's not the end of it. There's more. Some others said, no, tawa from ta, it just means step on it. Ta means step on it.
Stumped. طأ الأرض بقدمك. You stomp.
No, stomp is not ta. Ta is just stepping.
Just stepping.
If you step, وطأت قدماك شيئا ما.
Let me see the exact translation because this is in our.
No, in Arabic we say وطأت قدماه الأرض.
Okay.
That's what it came from. So ta, it's his foot stepped on earth. That's what it means.
You're right.
And again, it means twice. So it's have you heard of Moses, that when God spoke to him in the valley, in the holy valley of, it's either been holy twice, or it's called Tawa, or the place where he stepped his foot. Clear as mud. I don't know, what does that have to do with anything?
Yep.
What's the information here? The valley called Tawa, or it's holy twice, or he stepped on. What's the message? What do you want me to do now?
Yeah. Where are you leading me?
Yeah. So he's leading us to 17.
Yeah.
And in 17, what does your book say?
فقل هل لك إلا
No,
أن
اذهب. 17, اذهب. The one before.
Sorry, اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى. It says, saying in between brackets, of course he's adding this because it's not with the Quran. Go thou unto Pharaoh, lo, he had rebelled. طغى, it's not rebelled. It's not like.
Well, my interpretation is slightly better. Go to Pharaoh, he has transgressed. Yeah, maybe.
He had become a tyrant.
Yes.
والطاغية is tyrant.
Tyrant. Yeah. طغى became a tyrant.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, go to Pharaoh. Which Pharaoh?
The one that
Of course, the writer of Quran didn't know that Pharaoh is a job title.
It's a job title. Yeah.
It's not a name. It's not a name.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a king. So go to king. Which king?
And when Moses and there is in Egyptian archaeology, there is no trace of Moses with any pharaohs. I mean, they have written their own. The story of pharaohs are written over their tomb, and you can see it. There is no mention of Moses whatsoever.
No mention whatsoever. There are few.
So which pharaoh are you talking about?
It doesn't even say the Pharaoh as if there's a famous one. No, just Pharaoh. It's a name.
Yeah.
It's a noun. It's used as a noun.
His name. It's not his title. Yes.
No. Okay, so I think on that bombshell we have to park it for now. We've been on for an hour. I don't want to make the same mistake we had last time. We've been going on for 2 hours. So let's continue from 16 next time.
Okay.
That's okay with you.
فقل هل لك ألا أن تزكى.
No, I meant let's park the whole broadcast.
Oh, let's stop here?
Yeah, I think it's better. Let's keep it to 1 hour.
I thought you wanted to read one more verse.
No, let's start again next week and start from Moses.
Fair enough. I need to go walk my dog anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think now it's a good natural conclusion for the storyline. Because he started swearing and by all this crazy stuff, and out of the blue mentioned blowing the horn and killing everybody and coming back again.
Exactly.
And then we jump to Pharaoh.
True.
So it's a whole new episode. I can't even start like previously on Lost, and then we explain what happened before. Has nothing to do with it. It's a whole new story. So we'll start with that next episode when we talk about this.
Which verse was it?
16.
16. Okay, I'll just put a note here so we will not forget and go back into swearing.
And I swear.
And you still haven't answered my question.
You see, I was trying to get a music box. So each time he starts swearing, I play just the one tone. I swear, Boyz II Men. You remember the song? But then I remembered, no, the theme music from Seinfeld. That's even, it's funny. It's not. It's funnier than that, and I need to start using that with these live shows. Lady Ruby, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
And we'll see you next week. Have a good day. Bye-bye. And thanks to all the audience, those who commented, RGA Draw, you've been brilliant. And those who will see it again, thank you in advance. Have a good day. Good evening. Good night.